Yo, what's good, YouTube? I'm back with the Ninamore Nation Draft League. We've got something a little bit different this week. We've got a live match between K Kirby and Kirby got three stocked. So Kirby got three stocked is actually Jacob, and these are, I think, the ranked 2 and 3 teams in the league. Kirby's ranked 2 Jacob's ranked 2 and Kirby's ranked 3. And they actually didn't want to reveal their sets for potential playoff rematch. So Kirby had, they were talking about some different options, and I was like, well, why not let a third party build both teams? But it was taken as if two different third parties would build each team. So I built Jacob's team and Brother, the number 1 team in the league, 10-0 right now. Spoiler alert for those who haven't watched all of Week 10. Built Kirby's team. So Jacob led with the Niddle King I built for him, which was a Life Orb variant with Poison Jab, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, and Stealth Rocks. So I suppose he led with it to get his rocks up. And Kirby actually leads with his Seismitoad, which was a Leftovers variant with Poison Touch. And it has, excuse me, I'm not sure if I wrote this down or not. It looks like it has Substitute, Knockoff, Focus Punch, and Earthquake. So I do actually think I did write that down. This Latios being poisoned by the Knockoff and the Poison Touch, losing its life orb. This thing was huge. Could have probably, once Hypno's gone down, this Lottie actually had a pretty fun time with Kirby's team, but now it's poisoned and it's lost its life orb, so it loses a lot of its power, and it's a Mattis. It's a max HP variant with max speed and max HP. So the max speed allows it to outpace a Jolly max speed Zygarde, and then the max I was afforded to run the max HP because it didn't need any special attack investment, because with Calm Mind, Psyshock, and Thunderbolt 2 hit KO everything on his squad. So, nice double out into the Gyarados. Probably should have been the initial switch in to the Seismitoad. Would have been able to get the Intimidate off versus the Seismitoad, and it doesn't have an item, so it wouldn't have been knocked off. Kirby pulls a switch into his Hypno, which is a lefties variant. It's a mixed defense variant with max HP. It's got the 4-1 ability with Trick Room, Wish, Disable, and Seismic Toss. So, pretty cool set. It goes immediately for the Trick Room as the Heatran comes out. So, Heatran's going to be able to get up the Stealth Rocks here. I assume that's what he's going to go for. Let's see here. Kirby could go into his Zygarde or his Seismitoad here, and would have would be the obvious play. I think Rocks is probably the best play since he has so many options, and he could also go into the Camels, expecting a Fire type attack. But he does go for the Stealth Rocks as Kirby goes out into the Seismitoad. So now Jacob's probably going to be forced to switch out. And he does go into the Gyarados, and this thing goes for the Substitute. So actually pretty scary here. This thing is a max HP variant, so it's actually only packing Knockoff, Focus Punch, and Earthquake though, so it can't really hurt the Gyarados, and the Gyarados has Taunt here as well. So it can prevent it from going from sub in the future, and this is a Poison Touch Seismitoad revealed on turn 1 when it knocked off the item on the Laddie and poisoned it. So it's not going to be water absorbed, meaning the Surf might be able to break its. So this is a special attacking Gyarados. It has Surf, and it might be able to break the Substitute. I'm not sure, but it's packing Surf for the Camel, obviously, and it did 11 with it got the Poison Touch. That's really unfortunate. However, this thing's packing Ice Beam, Surf, and Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is there for the Pelipper in case he brought the Pelipper. Kirby does have access to Rain, including Kingdra. It wasn't too effective against Jacob's team, so I can understand why he didn't bring it, but we had to be prepared just in case. So we did have Thunderbolt on that. Also hits the Corviknight for the most damage as well, and this thing, like I said, has the taunt, so it can taunt things like Corviknight and prevent rocks from Seismitoad, even though it's not carrying rocks for this specific matchup. So, that being said, he goes for knockoff again. It is under Trick Room and it is outpacing, so it's actually not able to break the sub of the Seismitoad. Really unfortunate, and I almost packed the Power Whip on this set because it made a lot of sense versus the Seismitoad too, and it would have just been able to hit everything. So now I'm kind of regretting not bringing that just because of how useful it would have been, especially versus this sub variant. Sub Seismitoad putting in the work here. And with Poison Jab, even the Bulu can't come in and do much to it. The Cryogonal is still there though. It is a leftovers variant with Freeze Dry, and it has reflect and light clay. Not light clay, light screen. And it's like Heat Ran. I put leftovers on both of them, the Cryogonal and the Heat Ran. But I told Jacob he could run Balloon or Light Clay if he wanted to continue his streak of no leftover items on his Mons. So that's something I just want to throw out there. So this Seismitoad, I think it has leftovers. Yeah, it's recovered leftovers, I think 3 times, and it's back almost to full health now. It's back up to 94%. It is taunted. However, taunt doesn't really matter besides preventing the next sub. So I guess what Jacob could do here is just break the sub with the next surf, and then taunt him and prevent him from subbing again. I think would be the best play. That way the Bulu can probably come in and revenge kill it. I think Seismitoad. Everything on the squad is set to outpace the Corviknight if it was to, for some reason, want to run max speed or something like that. I'm not saying it would, but if it did to outpace some of the slower things on Jacob's team, it could if the things on Jacob's teams didn't have any speed investment. And so here we get back to the game though. The Blissey is actually a Choppleberry variant with Tri-Attack, Thunderbolt, Soft Boil, and Calm Mind. However, this Nidoking can 2-hit KO. It'll 2-hit KO this as well if it just goes for the Poison Jab. He does go for the Poison Jab, does 63%. Yes! Sorry, I'm not like being biased here. It was just really, I built that Nidoking, so it was really nice to see an Adamant Life Orb Nidoking put in the work here. And it gets big damage off versus the Hypno here. So this Hypno is a mixed defense variant. I think I went over that earlier. It is max HP, and 63% is a lot. I think Hypno's defense is kind of weak though. Does have the Forewarn, Trick Room, Wish. It did reveal Trick Room earlier. I'm not sure if it revealed Wish yet. It also has Disable and Seismic Toss. So Poison Jab's pretty much I think it's a no-brainer there. Oh, he goes for the Ice Punch. Just okay, that covered all bases pretty much. I'm not sure. I didn't have the calcs on that if Ice Punch would knock out the Hypno. I'm sure Jacob ran the calc and found from the Poison Jab damage that it would knock out with Ice Punch there, and Ice Punch covered getting damage on Corviknight and doing super effective damage to Zyke. Get back to where we were there, and he goes straight for the Ice Punch, does nice 40%, and tanks the Earthquake as well, and going to be able to potentially get another 40% off here. Oh, he does. He just uses Nidoking to get damage off, which is decent because the Seismitoad was being an issue. Now, a little bit harder to break things like Corviknight and Blissey, but the Bulu can probably take care of it. So for Kirby, what's Kirby need to do here? He's got the itemless Latios in front of him. It is modest with the Psyshock. Could go for Calm Mind here. Go straight for the Psyshock and knocks out the Seismitoad. And what does Kirby do from this point? So Nidoking put in the work. So I was glad to see that. It was, Jacob said there was a Pokemon that he wanted me to put on this squad, but he he wasn't allowed to tell me because we weren't allowed to discuss these teams. But yeah, I think the Mon he wanted was the Nidoking, because once I seen that, it pretty much hit everything on Kirby's team for super effective or at least neutral damage, and was able to run Adamant Life Orb. I thought it's going to be pretty nice. So he brings in the Mega Camel here. Can't really do much to the Mega Lottie here. Probably just go for the Psyshock. Get some decent damage off on the Camel, as the Camel just gets up Stealth Rocks. So the Cryogonal is built to where it can take one Choice Banded Zygarde 1,000 Arrows. So it will be able to do quite a bit of damage back with the Freeze Dry, and I guess Corviknight could pretty much stall it out with pressure though, and Blissy's still looking hard to break here. However, the Heatran can probably. Oh no! I took Protect off of it. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Bulu can still break through too, so Bulu's looking pretty problematic for Kirby at this point. Go straight for the Horn Leech, gets the knockout. Down goes the Mega Camel, and probably going to bring in the Corviknight here. Corviknight is a eject button, U-turn, Brave Bird, Roost, Defog variant with max HP, max defense. So this Bulu variant is not going to be able to break through. However, does bring the Zygarde in here. A nice opportunity to go for Coil. This is a Zygarde. This is a Coil set with 1,000 Arrows, Iron Tail, and Skitter Smack. And he sacks off the Gyarados, which is actually a pretty fine play. And probably just going to go into the Cryogonal, which will live one hit from this range. Because this is a Jolly max HP variant. It should live one hit from this range, and should do quite a bit of damage back. It has 160 special attack with the Freeze Dry option, so should be pretty powerful. Thing does have Iron Tail though, so he didn't want to risk the Iron Tail just yet. Let's see, Tri-Attack though. Could get the burn. That would be so nasty to see. So the grassy terrain's actually gone now. Does he let Bulu potentially set up a Swords Dance and then get all of that health back with the Horn Leech? Or does he go directly into his Corviknight here? So this Blissey, like I said, is a Choppleberry variant, so it's not going to be getting leftover recovery, and it is a Soft Boiled variant with Calm Mind, so it's not going to be passing any wishes. Well, I guess we'll see here. Yeah, K-Caber's got the option to go for the Tri-Attack, or to Calm Mind up, or to Soft Boiled up and see what kind of damage the Bulu is going to do. But in my opinion, it doesn't want to allow Bulu to set up. It could be a Coba Berry variant. It actually is a Coba Berry variant, and it could just set up a Swords Dance, and then as this thing comes in, it could set up another Swords Dance. This thing could U-turn out as well. Go straight for the Brave Bird. Does 33%. So I'm not sure that this kills from this range, and I'm not sure that you want to let Bulu go down. which he doesn't know this is a max HP variant yet, unless he gathered it from. Well, no, he couldn't have gathered that yet, so he doesn't know if this is a max HP variant. Oh, the eject button. The eject button. Did that just lose the game for Kirby? Did the eject button lose the game for Kirby? How much does Hornleech do here? Does it knock out Zygarde from full? Oh, he's not even going to risk it. Oh, he's not even going to risk it. That may have been a choke though. I forget exactly how much HP this thing has, or excuse me, speed this thing has. So I guess he's just testing out here. See, I'm not sure if, because all I've got written down is that it's Jolly with max HP. I didn't have time to write down the specific EVs before the game started. And I didn't build this Zygarde, so I don't have the specific EVs, and I'm not sure. So I guess the play is going to be to just click freeze dry. Yeah, he does just click the freeze dry. Oh, he gets the freeze too, a little bit unfortunate. Does he go for another freeze dry, predicting the Zygarde or the Corviknight to come out? No, he just goes for the reflect. So not a bad play. Not a bad play with the Bulu there. With the Bulu still needing to come in. He could go for the freeze dry here. He does switch out to the Bulu, and Kirby does stay in. So this is going to be a free Swords Dance. And the Bulu might be able to bring this back. For Jay, well, I mean, it's not really like it's out of range for anybody or anything like that. I mean, it's 3-2 right now. Good game. Now the question is, does Hornleech knock out from? I'm sure it does 9%. I'm sure a +2 Swords Dance boosted Grassy Terrain boosted Hornleech does 9%. Yeah, it does. It's going to be able to knock him out there. And now the question is, how much does it do to the Zygarde? How much does it do to the Zygarde? Does the Zygarde even outpace it from this range? I think the Cryogonal did show leftovers, so he didn't change it to the Light Clay. So he did go with my original team, which was carrying leftovers on the Tran and the Cryogonal instead of the Air Balloon or the Light Clay, which was an option I gave him just to let him know. Oh man, this is a tight one. This has been very fun to commentate and watch at the same time. Let's see here. Does the Bulu just sweep here? I mean, the play is Zygarde into Iron Tail twice, right? No matter what. Or if you're 100% faster, if you know Zygarde is 100% faster than a max speed Jolly Tapu Bulu, then maybe go into Zygarde, sack the Blissey, and then hope that Iron Tail lands twice and knocks out the Bulu and the Cryogonal. Or perhaps Cryogonal might even be in Thousand Arrows range after another round of Stealth Rocks. The Cryogonal, I think it packs the protect, freeze dry, reflect, and light screen. So it does have the option to click protect and get a round of leftovers and Grassy Terrain if the terrain is still up. It'd be interesting to see what happens here. I think if your Zygarde's 100% faster, you just have to go into the Zygarde right now, bluff that you're going to attack so that this thing attacks, wastes the last turn of Reflect, and then and the reason you want to bluff and not just sack the Blissey immediately to lose the turn of Reflect is because this Bulu could be substitute. I think it's revealed Horn Leech, Swords Dance, and Superpower so far, and it could have substitute. It don't, but it could. It actually has Protect, and I think the play here is to click Horn Leech and see who's faster. So this is going to be really terrifying, actually. The Zygarde is faster. Go straight for the coil. Go straight for the coil. And now at this point, I don't think the Bulu is going to be able to survive the Iron Tail, and Cryogonal shouldn't be able to either. So it seems as if Iron Tail isn't going to be able to knock him out. He may go for the Protector, get out of Iron Tail range, but that gives Zygarde a little bit of health back too. I think Iron Tail also lowered the attack by one stage, which takes a little bit of the damage off of Zygarde here. Can boot? Oh yeah, Zygarde could miss Iron Tail too because it's not very accurate. I think it's like 75 or 80% accurate or something like that. And if he misses, Bulu could put him in range of being out of the following Iron Tail by the Horn Leech recovery. So say Kirby misses this attack here, and Jacob clicks Horn Leech, he will do significant damage and get quite a bit of health back to be out of range of Iron Tail on the following turn. I think. And like I said, Jacob does have access to click and Protect here. He could click Protect and risk both of them just get a little bit of HP back. I don't know if Bulu is going to be able to pull this one back. So I did have Intimidate Gyarados with Ice Beam, the Bulu with the Grassy Terrain and Swords Dance, as well as the Laddie being able to outpace, and the very bulky Cryogonal, which could have taken one Choice Banded hit and return fire with a Freeze Dry. But I didn't want to over prep for the Zygarde, so I didn't. So now it's going to come down to if Iron Tail lands, because if Iron Tail hits at +2, I think it drops the Bulu. Bulu might be able to survive. No, it does drop to the +2 Iron Tail, and now the Cryogonal comes in, and if it can dodge a Iron Tail, it's still very hard to win. Oh yeah, it doesn't even have to because 1,000 arrows. I was going to say even if it dodged the Iron Tail, it would have been really rough to try to beat the Blissey. But yeah, that's going to be K Kirby versus Jacob. K Kirby picking up a nice narrow 2-0 victory with his team built by Brother Options, coach of the Options Obstagoons. And Jacob is coach of the Kraft mac and cheese team. I forget. But yeah, nonetheless, a good game. It was really fun to commentate and watch. Unfortunate the team I built lost, but it was a really fun game, and I wasn't in control. Jacob didn't build the team. Kirby didn't build his team. It was all just one big fun week. So yeah, it's going to be it. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.